Now I am going to show you how to retype the data from the database. In the previous lecture, you saw that I added some data in my database, and in my database table, that was the students table, here I added total 4 rows here. Now I am going to show all this information using the query builder. For example, I create a function, public function index. I just create a function here, and in this place I am going to show all the data. So here I am going to copy this, paste it here, and here I call the index, and here I call the method index. So if I run this in my URL, that means student oblique index, then my program will come here, and here I will show all the data. In order to show all the data, you can use db table, and you can use the get function. If you use the function get, and here the table name you will have to give, that is students table. So from the students table I am going to retrieve all the data, so I will have to use the get function. Here in order to check it, I call here all data. In this variable I put this one, and I am going to show it using the printer. So printer all data. So if I run like this, what will happen? I am going to check using here the index, student index. You see that all the data are coming here. Number 1 student, second student, third student, fourth student, all the data comes here. So in order to show all the data in a good format, just use the for each loop, and here call all data as item. I am going to get all the things as item. So item of name, this is the first data, and here I am going to echo it, and the second data is email and s. So email, and another one is s. And after each one I am going to add a beer tag to show in the new line. So let's check, and the last item I am going to add more beer. So now I am going to refresh. You see that all the data coming here, name, email is, name, email is. In this way the loop is working. So in this way, if you want, you can show all the data from the database. Now this is one method. Another one is I am going to get all the data but using a where condition. For example, I am going to show all the data where, for example, the age is above 25 or above 28, like this one. So above 25 age is number 1, 3 and 4, except this one, right? So in this case, what I can do, I can use here another one, that is where. You will have to use the get because I want to get all the data, but here additionally you can use the where function like this. So this is like this, db table students, and here where I will have to give a condition here. Which condition I will give here? For example, I want to get all the students where age is greater than or age equal to, if you want to give that age equal to 25, then I will get only one student here. I am going to run the same for each loop that I did previous time. You see that if I give a condition where age equal to 25, then if you refresh, you see that only one student I get where age equal to 25, because I have only one student. Remember that here in the where there are two parameters. You can use the three parameters. Age equal to 25, you can write like this. The first parameter is the database table column name, and second one is value, by which value I am going to check into the table. Here you can use another one, that is equal. These two are actually the same. If you use the equal, then you can just avoid it like this, or if you want, you can put here the symbol age equal 25. The output will come as the same. But this parameter, what is the advantage is, if you want to use any symbol like s is greater than or less than, then you will have to must use this middle parameter. So here I am going to check that where s is greater than 25. So here if I refresh, you will get total 3 data, and the Robin is not here because the Robin age is 25, but I want to search where the age is greater than 25. So in this way you can easily use the where condition in the table in order to check some in order to retype the data based on one or more conditions. If you want, you can add here if you want, you can give here more conditions. For example, if I want to use another where here, you can do that. For example, I want to get all the data where age is greater than 25 and age is less than 35. So if you want to add the same thing, so here I am going to add another where, and here I give another condition where age is greater than 25 and where age is less than, for example, 35. Now if you refresh check, you will only get 2 students because 28 and 30, these are above 25 and below 35. As I tell below 35, so this one is not showing, and above 25, so this one is not showing. 1 and 3 are showing here, that you see here. Yeah, if you want that there will be a where condition, but any option, for example the or, you know that we use something in raw SQL where id equal to this and is equal to this, like this, right? And sometimes we use where id equal to this or is equal to this. So here what I use, and where this and where this, that means where this one and this one, we use the and condition here. Actually both where means and, but if you want that I want to get some students where is equal to, for example here are, I am going to get only those students whose age is 25 or 30, exactly same. So here I can give is equal to 25 or where. Here you will have to use in that case or where. Or where means this condition match or this condition match, it will work. So where like this 25 or 35. So here if you refresh, you see that Robin and David. So 25 or 35, I only get these quality students. That means if you go to the database table, 25 is Robin and 35 is David. So these two information are showing here. So in this way you can use multiple where conditions. I am going to show another one, that is if you want to get only one particular data. For example, I want to get a single data and I know that I will get on single data. From for example from the students table, I want to get only one information, only one student. So where I give here where id equal to 1, for example. So what actually will happen, if you give here where id equal to 1, you know you will get only one data. So here you can use get, that is not a problem, because in that case you will have to use the for each loop if you use the get. But here you can use the fast. Fast means it will actually get the fast data based on this query. So here if you want, you can give like this, and I know that here I will only get only one single data, so there is no problem at all. I straight use the fast. So in this case what I can do, I can show you what data is coming here, pre and print are here single data, spelling is wrong, here will be sorry, single data, copy, and here this is single data. Okay, so now let's check what is in the output. Refresh, you see that the single only one data is returning here. So instead of writing this, I can show the data. For example, echo first single data of name, this is a name, again another one is email, and another one is age here, and after each one I can use a beer tag for better showing in the output. So now refresh, you see that these three are coming. That means I give id equal to 1. If I give here that id equal to 3, what will happen? The person who has id 3 will come here in the output. So in this way you can also show the single data. Here if you look at, instead of id, I can also call here by name, right? I am going to search a student by the name Arifin. So if I go here, refresh, you see that I get the name. So you can also check in this table by the name or by the other fields or any other fields, you can see the information. Another way, if you sometimes want to show the data by the id, by the primary key, you know that each table has a primary key id. So here you have another alternate process, that is you can here use, I am going to comment it out, you can here use just find. There is a function that is find. Here you just give 1, that means in this table where id equal to 1, that data you will get here. Just use find. Find will just return the data by id. You see that this is the first one. If I give here 4, that means where id equal to 4, that data will come. Refresh, you see that the data 4 number data where id equal to 4, it comes here. So find actually gives the data as output, where the id equal to which parameter you will give here, it will search that by the id. So I hope you have understood the basic how we can show data after retrieving the data from the database table using the query builder.